Hello, everyone. I'm Christina, and we are going live. I never know when I'm going to be able to come on sometimes. I really don't. But when I am, here I am. I've really been wanting to come on for a couple of days, especially because things have been going on in the Gulf of Mexico. All right. But we'll start off saying, hey, I did really good getting through this little winter storm that we had recently. We didn't have any broken pipes. We didn't lose power at any point. We were warm. We had lights, and we even had these spare lights, okay, which I put the link on the last video. But don't worry, I got that link and more links to some survival items that I will discuss with you later on in the show, but they are in the description box, and they've gotten me through a lot. They're not just links, they're products I've actually tried, and they're making a big difference. You don't even know. But again, we'll talk about that at the end. Hello, Mark Rufner. So glad to see you. I'm so glad that everybody's coming in already. Wonderful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share the videos, and always comment. Welcome, Jennifer Mifflin. Okay. Alrighty. So we got through the first step, but this is called the Gulf of Mexico update and the two-state confederation proposal. And those things are linked because even it's kind of hard to explain. God showed me a vision, a real vision, that one day they would be dividing Israel and they would be dividing Jerusalem, and that America would have something to do with it, and that he would part our land, and then he would send in a Russian invasion, all of which I've put these videos in my YouTube channel 7 years ago. So right now, you'd be surprised that a lot of these things are going on. Now, they've talked about the two-state solution, but now they've got something different called the two-state confederation. It's a proposal they've got going on, and it looks like it could actually work. All right, but we'll talk about all of that. Let's see who's here. Welcome, JB the Jeweler. Awesome. Okay, good deal. All right, I want to start with recently, it was on February 1st. There was, oh gosh, I should have written down what channel it was, but this guy, he watches buoys and volcanoes and stuff, and he was one saying, hey, there's a buoy going off in the Gulf, and it was just south of Louisiana. That was February 1st, okay? February 6th, closer to Mexico and, Yucatan Peninsula, it was closer to there. There was a 4.4 magnitude quake on February 6th. That was just how many days ago? Was that yesterday, the day before? Yeah, it was 2 days ago, okay, because today's the 8th. And we have seen, what looked like volcanic activity in there a few years ago. A lot of people were stunned. They were like, you're kidding. There are volcanoes in the Gulf. And I mean, me being a coastal child, I thought everybody knew. But most people had no idea. And so they're asking this question: how is it that a place that has no known fault lines be having earthquake activity? Okay. And I think there's more going on down there than you guys realize. Seriously, the Gulf of Mexico is full of subsea volcanoes, and there are tectonics. Okay, I found one specifically that is halfway into Texas and halfway in the Gulf. Okay, there's things going on down there. Like years ago, we were having real bad problems along the southern border from Texas all the way to Florida with trees sinking in, just a lot of sinkholes, still having problems, but it started. It was getting really bad, just weird things, happening with the land along the coast. All right. So I always watch that. Well, the same day, February 6th, 2 days ago, when we had this quake, in the news was about this two-state confederation. All right. What God had told me in my vision all those years ago, 7 years ago, he was, again, I've said this before, but he was talking so loud that I could hardly understand him. I just knew it had something to do with dividing Israel and Jerusalem. He was talking about the Gulf of Mexico and how he would there would be a disaster, Texas Gulf of Mexico disaster linked to this, okay? And we all know when we go messing around. Now, the thing is that even though the two-state confederation is being presented by someone else, guess who they're presenting it to? It's the United States, and I believe the other one's the UN. They're presenting this. So the United States, I mean, they may not be, they're having it, it's like the United States gets to approve it. And we all know that Biden is all in for a two-state solution. He's been giving that encouragement for a very long time now. We'll read that article, at least one article about that two-state confederation. It came out on February 7th. This article, I'm going to go ahead and say hello to everybody super fast. Welcome, Brenda M., Dan Vincent, Nicole, Curb Creeper, Earl Scott, Yata, Wildman Argo. It's good to see you too. And I think I got everybody. Okay. All right. This article is called Israeli and Palestinian Figures Propose a Plan for an Independent State of Palestine. Israeli and Palestinian public figures have drawn up a new proposal for a two-state confederation that they hope will offer a way forward after a decade-long stalemate in Mideast peace efforts. Now, a lot of people aren't hearing about this in the news, but it's been ongoing and it's been building. I mean, you got a lot of support for and even pressure for Israel and Palestine to get something resolved. Okay, it's a big, big push going on. The plan includes several controversial proposals, and it's unclear if any of it has any support on either side, but it could help shape the debate. And what's different about this confederation is that whatever Palestinian settlers are in the Israeli part, they wouldn't be like, that wouldn't be Palestinian land. They'd just have their houses there, but they'd be in Israel territory. And same with what would be Palestinian territory. They want to make East Jerusalem part of the Palestinian state. Okay. All right. It says the plan would allow the nearly 500,000 Jewish settlers in the occupied West Bank to remain there, with large settlements near the border annexed to Israel in a 1-to-1 land swap. Settlers living deep inside the West Bank would be given the option of relocating or becoming permanent residents in the state of Palestine. You see what I mean? So you would be, if you're a Palestinian and you're on the Israeli side, you'd become permanent residents of Israel if you are residing there and don't want to move or relocate. All right. And this right here is going to be really important. Now, I know that Abbas, he's the Palestinian governor, the president, I mean, he is really pushing towards more this because he knows that a one-state solution could mean that he would just be in an all-Israel state, and he doesn't want that to be on the table. So he's going to be wanting this option more, okay? And the settlers have always been a major issue, and this is something that I see could actually work. All right? Okay. Let's see what everybody has to say. Is it buffering for everybody? Okay. Hello, Henry, Sandy. Good. John Eastep, EATN News, and Dutchinson. I didn't see them there. Maybe they've got different names. But welcome, everyone. All right. Now, so we got this two-state confederation proposal in the news. It's going towards the U.S. to be presented. And I think the UN, I think that's the other one. Don't quote me on the other one. It's like somebody else, but I'm pretty sure that's it. Anyway, so we had that quake in the Gulf. Now, Joel 3:2 says, I will gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and departed my land. In my vision, God said that there wouldn't be a warning when this Gulf of Mexico disaster hit. So I'm thinking this is our warning. This is it. Sadly, though, people don't listen to me most of the time. Sometimes they do, but most of the time, not in time, really. So I just want y'all to know, anybody from the coast of Mexico on to Florida, be watching, be very, very careful. And like I said, this was tied to what's Israel and what's going on with Russia right now. in America, that's all tied up too, because Russia's been riding Israel's borders lately militarily. There's a Bible verse on that. It says, "On that day I will make Jerusalem a heavy stone for all the peoples. All who lift it will surely hurt themselves, and all the nations of the earth will gather against it." So right now we've got military unrest with Russia, Ukraine, and the U.S. conflict, which is linked in timing because to the Israel parting of the land. It is, okay, it's happening. The talks and the Russia threats, because Russia will come for America. You know this. We know this, okay? Red Dawn wasn't made twice for no reason. Off Grid and the Real GS News are really good at talking about like just minute to minute coverage on the Russia, Ukraine, United States conflict, but it's leading to these problems here. And the way I understand it is Russia's going to get us right after we've had a natural disaster hit, when we're down, when we're hurting, okay? So these things are combined, and it's like all coming together, all right? I have an email from Dan Vincent, who is with us right now. He sent us an email. Well, he sent me an email, and he was talking about a lot of the planes that are jetting around, and I will just read what he said. And he had pictures too, but I didn't post those, okay? Things have really heated up. The U.S. has activated Crystal Palace along with the Sky King EAM system activated, plus U.S. Space Force. Just got a new satellite defense activated, and E-6B Sky King flying over National Bunker 24/7 just started. So we've got problems with jets all over the United States, military equipment moving around, and talk about people going to bunkers, right? Even Trudeau's been fleeing, even though that's for a totally different reason. But there's been a lot of talk. And then Dan says, Russian troops along the Ukraine water currently at Earth, 83 battalions expected to go up to 97 by the end of the week. See, things are moving. Things are happening. Let's see. Okay. Welcome, Irish guy, JG. Desert farming is awesome. Yes, they are. Russia will hit after California earthquake. Thanks for sharing, Dan. Was prophecy. Russia, you buffer. Every time you say rough. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I should say the bear, like Real GS News does, right? The bear. Okay. Thank you. That's a really awesome observation, Nicole. Love that. Hello, K King. Okay, see. You know, we can put A and B together, right, y'all? You know, we can see what's going on around, and things aren't looking good. Russia's not happy, and we have that civil unrest that was supposed to be happening in the last days, right? And when you look at the Freedom Trucker Convoy, and I probably shouldn't say that, I probably just got buffered again, you know that civil unrest is here, okay? I mean, hey, what was it? Kid Rock just came out with a song recently called We Free the People, or We the People, something like that. But he's calling to free the people. And it's actually, I like it. It's got a good beat, you know, and I always liked Kid Rock, but I don't know if it's my amnesia or what, but I thought Kid Rock had 2 D's in the word kid. Anyway, the burr. Yes. So when we look at the issues, okay, a lot of people wouldn't have thought of the Gulf of Mexico as a dangerous area 7 years ago. They wouldn't have thought. They didn't think that we would be seeing what looks like subsea eruptions or earthquakes underneath, or buoys, tsunami buoys going off around Louisiana. You wouldn't have expected that, but I told y'all to watch that Gulf of Mexico a while back, okay? It's going to happen suddenly, because you think, you know, all these plates, they're shifting. All of them are under some kind of stress, okay? Do not turn your back on the Gulf of Mexico. I'm telling y'all. So you want to be prepared, because there's, like I said, all these different ways, whether it's a winter storm or the hurricane season that's coming up, you want to be prepared. And that's why we're going to get into a couple of these things that have really been helping me out, things that I recommend. It's in the description box, some links, okay? Please just think about it, okay? The solar light bulbs. Bam, got that link in there. Okay, these are awesome. I can't even begin to tell you. Like I said, you can screw them into your regular light sockets. I like to keep mine on the little hanger that has the button, but yeah, they do charge up fast and they are bright and I like them. My daughter's using one to study in her room right now just to give a little added brightness. The solar battery backup generator that I use, it's like the only one I've ever found that you can charge it and use it at the same time. The other ones, seriously, I can either charge it or use it. So I really like this one. And I thought I would at least recommend some panels that would go with it. So I listed that next. Life straws. Sometimes we have a problem with clean water. These life straws can really get you through. Link for that Mr. Buddy heater. We had it for the blizzard, Texas blizzard we had last year, and we had it for the winter storm this year. Again, lifesaver. All right. And a lot of people don't have a propane stove like I do. So I would recommend the last link is a Coleman stove. All right. You can put a little canister of propane in there and you can cook. You can boil water. Okay. But the important things are water, power, and the battery I'm recommending can run a mini fridge. It can run a fan. It can run a TV. I've got a little smaller battery that I probably should have put a link up for too. It's just a littler one, but it'll run my router for hours and hours. Okay. These are things, as you can see, in the state the world that we're living in is in, the disasters that are coming at us, it's just no more question that you have to be ready. And if you're on the Gulf Coast, if you're a resident, if you can, try trekking up a good 90, 100 miles north off that coast. Okay. I used 3 candles to make coffee last year. Some of them older devices that people use before electricity, find them in antique stores. It's a good thing. Like I would go get a scrubbing board for real. You're welcome, Irish guy. They poked that tiger in the eye. Yeah, right. Okay. All right. Tsunami buoys. Yes. All right. So we got a lot of things going on in our near future that is all very prophetic. Right. And I want y'all to be prepared as much as possible and prayed up. And I think that's all I've got for you today. I just really just thought that was a big deal that we saw activity in the Gulf twice in 1 week. That's something you should keep an eye on. All right. And that's why I always look and see what's going on with Israel at the same time. And I was not disappointed with that there was connecting things going on that day of that earthquake is what was going on in Israel at the same time. All right. It was good seeing you, Sandy. I didn't want to miss you, or Shane. I'll make sure I'm saying hello to everybody because I'm about to go. I've got some deer chili my buddy just gave me. Said it's really, really good. I'm going to throw some shredded cheese in there, get some crackers, and have some dinner. I love y'all. God bless you all. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.